good morning, good morning, good morning. Facebook, YouTube. What's up, what's up, what's up? Queen of Credit here, Cashflow, and Debt Collectors. I like my alliteration, so let me thank you for the digital love. Good morning. Good morning, Queen of Credit, Cashflow, and Collectors, right? Which means debt collectors, right? You want to get free of all of that debt collection debt. I'm the person that you need to contact, right? And real quick before I get into Donald Trump and his decision, he want to weaken the dollar. I want to discuss real quick the difference between getting student loans removed off your credit report. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for the digital love. I want to discuss the difference between getting student loans removed from your credit report versus what I do of disputing debt collectors, right? What's the difference? So if you get a student loan deleted off of your credit report, there might be many reasons why you want that deleted. For example, if it's a high balance and your debt ratio on your credit report is really high and it's stopping you or preventing you from getting a home, then I have people that just want those student loans because they're not making any or that they have income-based repayments, so the payments are really low, and so they want that debt not to show in their credit report so they can get approved for some things like a home or something like that. So in that case, you would want your student loan removed from your credit report. In some cases, my clients have really low student loan balances, but it's showing 120 days late, 90 days late. Then you will want your student loan reversed because you have long history of that student loan, right? So history of accounts make up 35% of your credit report, right? Debt ratio makes up 30%. Thank you for the digital love. Thank you for the digital love. So if you knew that, that's the short student loan lesson. Now with student loan, put in a comment, knew that. If you didn't know, put don't know, right? So that's 65% of your credit report. So that's why I do credit removal and credit reversal. It all depends on everyone's situations. Everyone's situation is unique to that individual based off of their goals that they want to achieve, right? So what happens is a lot of times some people or organizations or companies can only remove student loans and they wipe out 35% of a person's history, and it's oftentimes that history is more positive and they may have a few negatives showing, and then that lowers the score, right? And you have some people that can only delete accounts. They only know the 609 method to request for account deletions, and they don't know, or account removal, right, which will greatly affect you negatively with the history of your accounts, but they don't understand how account reversal works, right, where you can reverse some things to where the long history and the good payment remains, and now you can reverse the bad reportings on there to show paid as agreed, never late, and they can keep a good credit history, a good account history, as well as the length of history, right? That's on accounts that the balances are not high. So let's get into cash is trash. Donald Trump wants to weaken the U.S. dollar. I read that article on yesterday, and my business partner and I, we always debate about cash is king and credit is queen, right? So make sure you hit like and you hit share this video on your timeline. If it's any help to you, give it a thumbs up, hearts up. If this knowledge is any help to you, because I could or could not go on to share it with you. So if it's any help, if you're watching on YouTube, give the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button on my channel, subscribe to this channel. If you're on Facebook watching, make sure every time I go live, you hit the turn on button to notify you whenever I'm going live sharing this information. And it's also a support button, right? YouTube, you can, Facebook, you can support my live videos if the content is helping you anyway, financially or mentally or even spiritually or emotionally, right? So President Trump has requested, per the article I read yesterday, that the U.S. dollar be weakened or weakened, right? He wants to thank you for the digital love. He wants to weaken the U.S. dollar even more. Now, why is that not a good thing for America, right? Well, the U.S. dollar or the dollar is already weak. It's already weak in 2019. What do I mean by that? It's called inflation, right? This is where financial literacy comes into play. It's called inflation, right? The dollar, right, doesn't have the purchasing power that it had even 5 years ago, definitely not 10 years ago, right? So you see inflation of the cost, the price, the pricing of goods and services increasing. And so, you know, gas, I know in Mississippi is like $2.35. If you're a regular, for me it's much higher because I'm premium. $2.35 a gallon on average, right? That was not the price of gas prices 10 years ago. Your groceries prices have increased. Daycare prices have increased, right? So that's the signs of inflation, where the dollar does not purchase as much as it used to in the past, right? On very simple layman's term. So now you have the dollar, this inflation is fighting the dollar where it's weakened. And then when you save money in a savings or CD account or money market account in the bank, you earn no interest, right? You're not earning anything from saving that money in a banking tool, right? I know the article was just released that 1 out of 4 Americans have less than $400 in emergency. But I would rather have a $25,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 credit card for emergency versus cash, right? And this is why. Number one, have you ever? I'm a public school teacher, so I love to teach. But have you ever thought or considered why you've always gotten this information? Go to school, get a good job, save money, right? Well, every time you have a direct deposit into the banks, or every time you have a savings account in the banks, it gives them more lending power, right? They can lend out 10 times the dollar amount that you put in their institution, right? They just can't print money at free will, right? They're under the federal laws and regulations of how they print their money. So every time you get a paycheck deposit, every time you have a savings, a money market account, they can print out 10 times as much. So ask yourself, if you're saving $1 for every dollar that you're saving in the bank, they can print out $10 of it. How much is that dollar worth now? They just duplicated 10 of that one, and you're not getting interest on it, right? What do money market accounts pay? Any good interest, high paying money market account, what is the paying interest on this? So if you all know what's a good, maybe 2.99%, if you get a good money market account, savings accounts are even lower, right? And so how valuable is something that if I put 1 in, 10 goes out? Now, that's not including the inflation. So if globally President Trump wants to devalue the dollar even more, then we can agree that the dollar, right, or cash, most worthy position is for just transaction of goods and services, right? That's what makes the dollar valuable. I can go, no matter how high the prices are, I still can go to the grocery store and buy food. I still can go to my mechanic and pay for his services. I still can use cash to purchase something. Now, there's some things cash cannot purchase, right? Like a hotel room. I was having a discussion with my Facebook friends that cash cannot purchase in Atlanta, in some parts of Atlanta, Georgia, a rental vehicle, right? If you want to rent, they have to run your credit, right? If you want to get one of the top hotels room in America, you cannot go and pay with cash, right? If you're trying to get a job, there are some jobs that run your credit because they want to see your spending habits. They want to see how responsible you will be as an employee, and they run your credit to determine if you'll get the job. Those are things cash cannot buy, right? Those are things, and I tell people all the time, credit is for the people who have minimum or low income. Why is that? Why is that? Because if I make $75,000 a year and I want to start now investing, whether it's stocks or real estate or Forex, right, or Bitcoin, if you have minimal income, right, or you are, or you don't have, what am I trying to, if your income, if you don't have extra money every month left over, if you're in negative cash flow, you're not in positive cash flow, then where are you going to get the money to be an investor? I just heard a Dave Ramsey advisor, this 35-year-old white male, called in and said, hey, I have an extra $1,500 a month. What do you suggest I do with it? He said, my house note is only $250 a month, right? And so he asked him, he said, well, what type of home did you have? He said, I'm almost finished paying for my home, and I only have $44,000 left. So the advisor asked him, what type of house did you buy that you only have a $250 a month payment? And he said, well, I purchased a home for like, I think $40,000 cash, right? And I put $20,000 of renovation into it. And this man's suggestion was, we'll take your extra $1,500 and pay off that house. But I'm like, it only frees up an additional $250 of cash flow. Why wouldn't he advise this man to take that money and put his money in a investment tool, or learn a trade that will help him learn about real estate, or learn about the stock market, whatever you want to learn, whatever I mean, it would be real estate. I would take all the money I have and invest it in myself and my intellectual knowledge of learning about what's a good real estate investment, what I should look for, so that my money can make more money. That was never a suggestion, because in your 401k, you do not have control of what the stock market would do, right? And even now the stock market is manipulated, but I won't go into that. You have a lot of companies that's buying back or buying their stocks so they can cash in when the crash of the economy, thank you for the digital love, is beginning to take place, right? So they're buying their stocks, they're going to sell them, because I think the economy is probably going to crash by 2020 in 6 months, and they want to cash out on those stocks, right? So it is manipulated at this point. So what you do is you build your credit and you use OPM, other people's money, right, to make more money. I tell people all the time, my financial goals in life is to send my money out so it can bring some more of their friends with it, right? And so that's it. I tell, if you play chess, I say all the time, this is chess, this is not checkers. So put in the comment for me, #chess, right? This is chess, this is not checkers. Why do I say that? Why do they call me the queen of credit? Because I teach people how to convert credit into cash. If you have a banking account, and you have a high credit score, you can call your credit card, the banks, right, or just Chase credit card, Amex, Discover. You can tell them, I want to convert this credit into cash. Give me a balance transfer. Transfer this money at 0% directly into my checking account, or 2% or 3%, whatever your balance transfer. I think the balance transfer fees only like 3%. So you can transfer $10,000 for like $300 fee at 0% interest rate if your credit qualifies. So you can always convert credit into cash. in investing, I would rather use the bank's money, OPM, other people's money, versus my own, because the way to make cash valuable, besides goods and services, because you can pay for goods and services through credit, is to put your cash, stack your cash in some type of investing vehicle. And I'm not a financial advisor, that will give you at least 8 or higher % return. That's what makes cash valuable, when it's stacked and when it's not in negative cash flow, right? So, hey, I'm signing off. Make sure you all hit like and hit share this on your timeline. Have a Financial Freedom Friday. YouTube, hit the thumbs up. If you're a hater, you can hit the thumbs down. Facebook, give me some digital love with the hearts. And make sure you turn on notification whenever I go live, so you can get this valuable information. Because there are 2 things you should always seek to improve upon, because you have the most control, not all control, but the most control. That's your physical health and your financial health. Always seek to control and improve in those 2 areas in life, because you have the most control, not all the control, right? I believe God does have a say-so in our physical health, right? But you have a control to live a better physical lifestyle, emotional and mental lifestyle, and a financial lifestyle. So, hey, I'm signing out. This is Queen of Credit, and have a Financial Freedom Friday.